So today I'm going to talk about how you can get customers with cold email campaigns. The six topics that I'm going to run through. Number one, what are the benefits of cold email? Number two, how to set up your infrastructure so that you get your emails delivered and that you get results from your campaigns. Number three, we're going to talk about deliverability, probably one of the hardest aspects of cold email marketing. Number four, sending volumes. So, actually, how many emails should you send? Number five, copywriting. So, how to craft the perfect cold email that will drive results. And then number six, how to convert those leads that you've got from your campaigns into meetings and then obviously into paying clients. So, first off, kind of what is cold email marketing? A cold email is when you send an email to somebody and they don't know who you are or they don't know who your company is. The benefits of cold email marketing, especially compared to other marketing channels, is number one, it's cost effective. Number two, it's very scalable. And number three, there is a high return on your investment. Then moving on to the email infrastructure. So, kind of first step that quite a lot of people get wrong when they do cold email marketing is that they don't use a custom or a dummy domain. They'll just send thousands of emails from their normal kind of email address and their company's domain. And obviously, you can get blacklisted, you could get marked as spam, which will have a detrimental impact to your kind of own email infrastructure. So, always, kind of as a rule of thumb, make sure you set up dummy domains. And you can buy as many domains as you want. The more domains you have, the more emails you're going to be able to send. Number two is email warming. So once you've purchased those dummy domains, you need to gradually increase the sending volume to establish kind of a good sender reputation. There's multiple tools that will help you warm up your email inboxes, but quite a lot of the email sending providers will have these already in-house built into their softwares. And number three is the technical setup. It sounds complicated, but you need to make sure that your DNS records are set up correctly. So the SPF, the DKIM, and the DMARC settings all need to be configured correctly in your domain provider. There are short videos on YouTube that will help you out with this. Next, we'll talk about email deliverability. So there's many things that will affect the deliverability of your campaigns, but probably the ones that are most important is firstly the sender reputation of the email domains and the accounts that you've set up. And that goes kind of back to my last point on the email setup and infrastructure. Sending volumes. So if you try and send 1,000 emails per email account, you're just going to get blacklisted. So you need to manage your sending volumes effectively. And these can change on a regular basis. So you need to monitor your deliverability. Number three is the content and the personalization. That plays a big part in terms of kind of, are you going to get people responding? How relevant is your content and have you personalized it? So making sure that you add as much personalization as possible and that your content is as relevant as possible to your target audience will also affect the deliverability of your campaigns. And then finally is the engagement rates. So if you send 1,000 emails, how many people are replying, how many people are opening, and how many people are actually marking you as spam will all affect the deliverability of your campaigns. So make sure you clean your data lists, you send relevant content, and then you'll get more people to engage, which in turn will increase your deliverability overall. Next, I'm going to touch on the sending volume. How much to send, it really does depend. At the moment, we're currently sending 20 to 30 emails per day per email inbox. Obviously, you can scale up your system by having multiple domains with multiple email inboxes per domain. So 20 to 30 at the moment. A couple of months ago, it used to be 100. I know that there's agencies out there only sending 10 emails per day per account. So whatever you decide to go with the sending volume, just make sure you're monitoring your deliverability and kind of change the settings accordingly. Number five, how to craft the perfect cold email. So firstly, you've got to think, look, people get emails every single day, 50, 100 emails in their inbox. don't write long paragraphs. Try to use clear and conversational language. You need to make sure you emphasize the benefits and not the features of your product or service. The way I like to think of it is kind of how can you help them, not don't try and sell to them on that email. So emphasize the benefits, their pain points, and your solution, rather than just listing out kind of how great you are and how great the features are of your service. Talk about their pain points and you'll get more people to respond. And then finally, keep your email short, scannable. Write short paragraphs or one-liners. Don't write paragraphs, because people will only give you 5 to 10 seconds of their day reading your email. So if it's not relevant and you're just kind of rambling on about your service, people are just going to ignore it and mark you as spam. And finally, converting leads into meetings. This is really important. So there are scheduling tools that you can use, such as Calendly, cal.com. We advise against putting these links in your emails because that does affect deliverability. But once you have a response, it does make it easier to convert meetings if you can send them live availability to your calendar. The follow-up strategy is really important. So you've set up your campaign effectively. You've got leads into your inbox, but then you're not converting them into meetings. It could be a number of reasons, but you've just got to remember people are busy. So you need to make sure you follow them up on a regular basis. And essentially our process at the moment is we always try and call people first. If there's a mobile number in their signature, great, pick up the phone, speak to them. It's a warm lead and try and convert them into a Zoom call or a Teams meeting. If they don't pick up or if they don't have a phone number in their signature, what we suggest you do is to set up an email cadence, have templates for each step, and follow them up 4 to 5 times in the next 2 weeks to ensure that they book a meeting. And then if for whatever reason they are still ignoring you, put them onto a nurture sequence into an email list and maybe email them once a week until they respond and kind of book back in. So finally, just to kind of close the loop, you need to make it easy to book a meeting. Have a low pressure or a soft call to action. So rather than sending a sales email, trying to book a call straight away, try and give some value first. One call to action that works really well for us at the moment is, mind if I send some information through, or I've just recorded this video, do you mind if I send it your way? That's a low pressure call to action. People will reply yes, and then you're in their inbox and you can convert them into a meeting. So just to recap the main points: number 1, get your email infrastructure set up correctly. Number 2, optimize for deliverability. Number 3, manage the sending volumes to make sure that you are getting your emails delivered and not marked as spam. Number 4, copywriting is really important. Make sure it's relevant and people will then convert and book in meetings with your business. So that's a wrap. If you've got any questions, just mention it in the comments below or shoot me a DM on LinkedIn and I'll help you out even further.